Welcome back to an updated version of a video I done a couple of months ago. I'm going to show you how to properly do a decal road texture, following a path whichever you want to do from scratch using Giants textures. Okay, so obviously you're in Blender. See my screencast keys. We're just going to get rid of everything here as we do not need it. We've then pressed Z, which will be top-down view. We want to add a mesh into a plane. We press N, we go to our item, we can then see our X. I'm going to change this to 10. And then we are going to, for the purpose of the video, making a single lane road, which is 3.6 meters to 4 meters wide. Accordingly, for double roads, it works the same way, but just mirror it from this one side, and you will be fine. Okay, so this is our normal road piece. See, just one plane. So we want to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loop cuts. That's your length. We'll see at the end of the video why. Then you want to add 1 in the middle, 1 above, 1 underneath. Now we're on here. We want to go Shift, Alt, click, and now we want to scale Y right the way down to the middle of the road. So this is where the snow is going to be on the side of the road. And then we're going to go back to our loop cut tool, and then we want to do another few just for there. So again, you can go Alt click on here and then Shift Alt for the other side. We're going to scale Y to get extended a bit, just so we have a little bit more of a lip on the sides for the snow to go on. And then these middle ones, then they're to separate the snow going forward. Okay, so now that we have that sorted, we need to set our material up correctly. For this, we're going to set a new material. I'm going to call this main road, like so. And we want to change this to use an image texture, but we'll leave it there on that section. We then go over to our shading. See, this is what it currently looks like. So I'm going to do a combination, which is Control-Shift-T, and that's going to give us everything that we need to get our stuff from Giants, but I'm going to show you how to do that first. So you need to go Edit, Preferences, onto your add-ons, and I want you to type in Node Wrangler, and I want you to enable this, and it'll make much more sense. Okay, so back in here, you want to hover over it, make sure it's selected, it'll have a white background. I want you to do Control-Shift-T, then opens up this screen. So I'm just going to paste the code in. I'll put it in the description as well. But this is a directory for the folder that Giants use in Farming Simulator 25. And if you have 22, it'll work the same way, but with that folder rather than 25. Okay, so we're going to go with the main road diffuse, normal, and specular maps. The height and alpha we can manually put in on Giants Editor. Okay, so here is our current situation. And as you can see, using Node Wrangler, it puts everything in the correct area for you straight away. Okay, so back to our layout. And tap this center, go into texture view. A to select it all. U, unwrap. Drag out from the side of the screen. We're going to go to UV editor. And as you can see, if we go A, we can then rotate by 90. We want to scale by 0.5. Sorry, scale by 0.5. And then rotate by 90. I messed up there. And then we want to lift it up so it is correctly aligned. So you can see top and bottom. Maybe a slight bit more there. Done. Okay, and obviously it's a 10-meter road, so we want to scale X by, say, 2 or 3. Can probably be more than that, in all fairness, but it looks very tidy at that amount. So that's near enough your main road bit done, really. It doesn't take much more than that just to do that. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to tab into our viewport shading. Get rid of this window because we don't need that window. And we will now go on object mode, but we'll go to Vertex Paint. So in Vertex Paint, we want to draw black. because black is no snow. So we'll go a bit bigger, and we'll just start painting it in here. Obviously, we want everything to be as dark as can be, because that's how it works best. Okay, so to get snow on our road, we want to go there, and we want to set it to blue. Okay, and then you can obviously bring down the radius, and then you can just hover on the side like so, and then you can see that it just nicely makes the edges on the side. But you can obviously do this a lot better and in your own way. This is just me doing it very roughly, and for the main reason now why we put all the roads in as we did, and the markings as you guys seen. Okay, so the joys of doing it this way is, so you can see that's where you'll be driving, and then the centre and the side bits in, they got blue in them, so the snow's going to be coming in from the side and from the middle, so be nice and happy. So that's your Vertex paint done for now anyway. So we can go back off that, we'll go back into our object mode. So we now need to set the scale. So if we go Control A, we want to set the scale, and if you do Control A again, we want to do location. Rotation. So now we're going to move it forward to the Y, because dead straight, because X is going to be our movement. We now want to set this origin point to the 3D cursor. So right click and then origin to 3D cursor. And now, if you rotate Z, you will have a nice piece of road that will go wherever you want it to go. So with that done, we now need to make it follow a path. So I'm going to add a curve, and we'll go to a path, because we don't need anything else. So from where it is, I will grab one point. You can press G to move the current point, and either along X or Y to move it on them axes, or you can just do it wherever you want. E to extrude, just to go where you want to go. We'll make a nasty corner here, because I want to show you why we use this stuff. Okay. So say that this is what you've made as your road. And that's where, like say it's on a mountainside or something. Okay, so now we come back to this. So as it stands there, we want to go to our modifiers tab, and then we're going to search for array. And we want to tick merged. There's a reason we want to tick merged here. And then we're going to add in a curve. Now then, make sure the default axis, hence why we've done it on the x-axis, that's where it's going to follow. We want to tab our NURBS curve. So as you can see here, it's now starting to follow. So obviously, we want it to follow all the way around, so then you can just change this up then to follow how many options you have to follow. And as you can see, just like so, it's done. And as you can see there, it's done. So what we need to do, if you can go into your NURBS path, at any point in time, you can just select a few, and you can just go up, and you can manipulate it then, should we say. But for decals, doesn't really matter, you don't really need to manipulate it that much. So it's following it there, nice and happy. And that's why we do so many subdivisions here. Because if it was just the one, and let's just say for this instance we dissolve the faces like that, and now as you can see it's just top and bottom. That's the difference it makes. It goes really blocky. But if we just go back, undo it, go back, you can see it's nice and smooth. Adds a bit more polygons, but it's not that bad. The whole lot there is 3,200 polys. And that's nothing really in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so I'm not going to apply these. I'm going to leave them as they are. And what I want to do now, I'm going to snap this back to the start there. So now we need to get this into Giants Editor and make sure everything's working correctly. So we're going to go to our Giants Exporting tab. Just say username, but we'll change the name to Main Road. Main Road. Use road name. Everything here is fine as normal. And I will just do it to desktop as Main Road. and then export. So now we open up Giants Editor quickly. And we will open our main road folder. So, as you can see at the moment, it hasn't put the material on, but that's fine. I can't seem to get the material to work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's very temperamental. So, we're going to go on the albedo map, and then you can just type in this bit then, diffuse.dds, and it'll get it straight away, really. And then once you do that, you can just find it quite simply by going like this. And we need our specular, normal, as so. And then we're going to add in our custom shader, which is our Vertex paint shader. So I'll do this right the way through properly. Through here, data, shaders, and then right down the bottom here, we've got a Vertex paint shader. Open. And now we want to add the terrain format custom parallax alpha map. We then want to change this then to be our underscore alpha. So it'll bring this up. Done. And then it'll take away the sides. And then your height map, then you want that to then be your underscore height dot DDS, and now that gives you your height to set everything off. That's near enough everything we can do by here now for that. And I've obviously messed up a bit with the UV mapping on the sides, but that's fine. If we click on it, we can click on alpha blending, and it should take that right the way away. So that's fine. But we can also turn that off, because you don't really need it on, in all fairness. Only for Windows I find you need it. Okay, so now that it's done, we want to check that our snows work correctly. So we want to go to Scripts, Shared Scripts, Map, Seasons, Seasons Visual Control. Now that we have this open, we want to go on the snow section, which is the second one down, and we'll just add snow on. As you can see, this is the area that the snow will come on your road. You can obviously make the middle wider if you want to. And what have you, but that's all completely up to you. And then again, just to get rid of it, you can just press 0 and it'll all disappear. So that's been a very quick and informative video. I hope you just make sure you save as you go ahead. I can do this straight away, but if you can't, please go back and just save it as you go and take your time. So that's everything I've learnt so far. A lot of it's just a condensed version of what Farm Sim Game has done. This has been very helpful because I couldn't work out Vertex Paint for the life of me. I'm going to try and look into a few stuff as well, and probably some more tips on mapping and stuff like that. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.